So why is clickbait such a problem? Today, clickbait is becoming less about accuracy and more about attracting viewers. Media outlets are becoming so abundant that it's leading to inevitable competition. In a video published in March of 2014, Ezra Klein, editor-in-chief of Vox, admitted that their online presence allows for viewers and clickers to feel less isolated.
There's so much information out there. It's the most exciting time to be a reader and a lover of media. If you want information, you can get it any time, at any place. But at the same time, there's all these challenges as a reader.
I remember beginning to follow the news. I remember the feeling of anxiety around opening a new article and knowing that I was about to feel stupid. I was about to feel like I was outside the club. This is a real problem. And it's not a problem we could solve in print. The nature of the medium, the nature of the space constraint was that we couldn't put all the information you needed. But we don't have that constraint on the web. We can solve this problem.
Viewers are clicking articles because the headlines interest them, but then the content doesn't match. Faulty, clickbait headlines are producing artificial media, often the kind that doesn't even relate to the actual story. Libby Nelson, who helped found Vox, says just because their headlines aren't the same as other news outlets, such as the New York Times, doesn't mean they aren't truthful.
If we say that we're explaining something, we really try to make sure that what we give is a real explanation. It's not like a few paragraphs, things like that. That's probably the thing we think about most in terms of making sure the headline and the story align. In terms of sort of the tone that's all over the internet, I think as long as you're delivering on it, if you don't sound like the New York Times, that's okay. The New York Times is out there sounding like the New York Times already. And interestingly, we've seen one of the really things that's been interesting is I don't think this is just us, but you've seen a lot of older media outlets sort of start to adapt the conventions of our headline style, doing stuff on Snapchat, doing stuff with interactives that other places like Internet First publishers did first.
Success, in somewhat grandiose terms, is that we want to create the single greatest resource available for people to understand the issues that are in the news.
I can't wait to see if what we think people need is actually what they need. If it's not, we'll change it.
The future of media is ever-changing. It's up to journalists to alter their attention-seeking behavior or to face the consequences of inaccuracy head-on.